Hey guys, Jeff here, Aromatics. I'm here again, pumping with the videos. Just had the day off, so I have lots of time, and I got some new pipe tobacco to try out, so I wanted to do a first impressions of Russ Ouellette's Firestorm. Not only that, but there's a topic I kind of want to touch on. I wasn't planning on touching it, but another presenter, MD of the North, he just opened, I think it's 3 packages, not packages, but 3 tins of C&D's 5 O'Clock Shadow, which is one of the blends I really enjoy. And he found molds in all 3 of them, which is very concerning. And it made him upset, which is rightfully so. But I wanted to touch on something. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can fill me in if I'm wrong here. This is just off the cuff. But first, let me light up my pipe and we'll talk. So yeah, let me do this review, quick first impressions while I'm doing this chit chat. So Firestorm, it smells very tangy, fruity, sweet, almost like a strawberry plum type of thing going on. And you can smell the dark fired in there. Yeah, pleasant, interesting. So let's light this up in the old cob. Might take a little bit to get this going. So while this is charring up, we'll talk. So, okay, so MD of the North found mold in his C&D tobacco. And this has happened before with C&D. It's a fairly common occurrence, it seems, for their tobacco. But here's what I'm thinking is, of all the tobacco producers that make blends, I'm pretty sure that C&D is one of the few that is probably as organic as possible. From what I know, that I don't think they use any bacterials, any funguses in their tobacco. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. And if they do, I think it's minimal compared to a lot of the other companies. So think of the food industry. A lot of people complain we have so many chemicals in our food, and take a slice of bread. If you take a slice of regular bread from the store, it doesn't get moldy for a long time, and that's not natural. If you make a fresh homemade bread with organic ingredients, it goes moldy in days. It does not last long. So think that if all these food companies, that people want their food to never have any bacteria and never have any mold on it, so they've got to pump it full of chemicals to make it like that. Food, in order to guarantee food that doesn't go bad, you can't just have fresh food. If it's really organic, you have to eat it right away or it goes bad. So on one hand, we complain when we get food that goes bad, but on the other hand, we complain when the food that we have isn't organic or pure. I think that kind of can go the same with tobacco. Maybe, I'm guessing here. But the fact that, that they use minimal external means gives you the purest and most organic tobacco you can get. But at the same time, that gives you a higher risk of mold in tobacco. Now, I worked in tobacco, and mold is very prevalent in tobacco. It's there. So the fact that we don't get mold in our tins of tobacco, it surprises me that it doesn't happen even more than it does. So, so what could happen is eventually C&D could just go, okay, and they'll just put in a bunch of chemicals to keep everybody happy, but then now you might be getting tongue bite, or you might be getting a funny taste in your tobacco, or just not that pure tobacco anymore. So I don't know how they can fix the problem or whatever, but I'm just throwing that out there, that it's probably a little more complicated than it sounds. And they've been really good about, if you do have bad tins, you just send them in, and they'll give you your money back or a free tobacco. Although that doesn't help you if you're trying to sell or stuff for later, because you don't know if you're going to open it 10 years later and it has mold on it. I understand that. But I personally just accept it as being that's just the nature of the beast. If you want a pure and organic tobacco, you're taking the risk of mold. But I could be wrong. Definitely, I hope no one gets upset. That's my opinion. And but if you have a better answer to this, let me know. I'd like to know it. I'm just giving a different idea that I've never heard anyone argue that side before, and so maybe some people just haven't heard that argument. So it might make them think a little bit more on that issue and maybe be a little more understanding with Cornell and Dale. So that's my take on that. So we'll get back to the review. To me, it's a mild. You can taste the Virginia. It's really well blended. Russ Ouellette's good at that. I noticed in his Verprati, which is fairly similar to this, although I think Verprati has a little less dark fired in it. I've heard people say that they detect the cinnamon. I can see that. And it's a natural taste. It's not like they've added a cinnamon to it. It's just the way that fruitiness with the pepper and the dark fired, it gives you that kind of a nice cinnamony sweet taste. It's definitely sweeter than Verprati. Interesting. I also hear that this changes as it goes down, so like it gets maybe more spicy or more cinnamon as it goes. I don't know. But I don't have enough time to go that far in it. This is just a first impression. So far, I'm liking it. I'm really happy. Thanks again, Pipes and Beans. I'm looking forward to smoking this as a treat. It'll be my treat tobacco. You made my day. Not that my day was bad to begin with, but it's always nice to get a surprise in the mail. So you brightened up a fella's day. So alright, you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Aromatics, signing out.